What the hell happened to Mortal Kombat? You have probably felt that shift from the gritty, dark, almost horror movie intensity of the early Mortal Kombat games to the polished, crossover-filled spectacle we have now. I mean, it's not all bad, but man, it doesn't feel like Mortal Kombat anymore. So what's going on? I first got hooked on Mortal Kombat back in the day with the original trilogy, where they used digitized actors for that realistic look. Those sprites weren't just pixels, with blood splattering everywhere and horrific fatalities.
Finish him!
Therefore, as a kid watching my older brother playing it, it was terrifying but also interesting. It wasn't just a fighting game, it was like stepping into a nightmare. And before I dive more into it, I would like to ask you if you could please like this video and subscribe to this channel because this really helps me. Thank you. And then the series evolved into the 3D era with games like Deadly Alliance in 2002, and that's where things got even darker, but in a good way. I remember seeing the characters and be like, holy moly, they do look scary, especially Dramin. I remember he was so cool and disgusting as well, to be honest. They ramped up the atmosphere, abandoned realms, zombie Liu Kang after his brutal death, and crypt modes that felt like lonely, haunted explorations. So I spent hours in Deception's Conquest mode wandering those uncanny and empty worlds. It built on the horror roots, making Mortal Kombat stand out from the other fighting games like Street Fighter and Tekken, which were more arcade and fun than a gore fest. Armageddon in 2006 was also nice, but it also felt a little bit bloated, to be honest with you, with copy-paste movesets and a bloated story leading to a reboot. Therefore, when Mortal Kombat 9 dropped in 2011, it reset the timeline but kept that dark, obscure essence, hyper-gory fatalities and an addicting gameplay. It felt like a love letter. I grinded arcade towers, unlocked secrets, and loved how it balanced nostalgia with a modern style. Doing combos was so satisfying. I still remember how broken Cyrax's combos were. And it was very nice to see the human form of Smoke, he had so much style. Also, seeing Cyber Sub-Zero was a pleasant surprise. MK9 is by far my favorite Mortal Kombat game, and it deserves a separate video that I will most likely do in the future, so stay tuned. But then Mortal Kombat X happens in 2015 and amps up the darkness even more, set right after MK9's massacre, where half of the cast died. This game had that looming Elder God threat, edgier stories with revenants, and a crypt that was straight up spooky with spider caves and isolation vibes. Guest characters like Jason and Predator fit the horror theme, adding flavor without overshadowing the core MK identity. And new characters like Aaron Black and Kotal Khan really fit the whole atmosphere, without seeming out of place. So expectations were extremely high for MK11 in 2019, however something changed. The combat slowed down, becoming more strategic but less visceral, and the story got messy with time travel and Kronika resetting everything. And honestly, I hate Kronika. I didn't like her at all. She didn't give me MK final boss vibes. I mean, I get it, she has great powers, but personally I would have preferred something more menacing looking. But that's just my opinion. Also, guest characters exploded. Terminator, Joker, Rambo, and while fun, I think they diluted the game. But the real loss was the atmosphere. Brighter colors, more expressive designs, and less of that creepy horror factor. That's a big issue for me. MK11 felt too bright, too colorful, too modern, too polished, and too professional. And dude, I don't want that. It almost felt like they focused more in making character animations ultra realistic than on giving this game the right atmosphere. So as a player who liked unlocking gear in Injustice 2, I appreciate customization, but MK11 felt a little bit off to me. It felt like it was chasing trends, prioritizing DLC hype over deep dark immersion. And that brings me to Mortal Kombat 1 in 2023, the game under Fire God Liu Kang. I thought it would be a fresh start, but instead we got a convoluted story with timeline resets, multiverses, and characters like Scorpion and Sub-Zero that became brothers for some reason. And am I the only one hating on the multiverses thingy in general? I swear I'm tired of them. With multiverses, it feels like everything becomes, chaotic, messy, and I'm not really a fan of this. But back with MK1. The tournament? It barely matters, and guest characters went too far. Omni-Man, Peacemaker, Homelander, even Conan and Ghostface in the expansion like Chaos Reigns. And again, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It feels like Fortnite, And is this just prioritizing collabs for sales over Mortal Kombat's unique identity? It feels like the same stuff that happened to Call of Duty. I didn't find MK1 dark and scary at all. I mean, of course there are some good things, like Floyd for example, but overall I think that mystic grittiness is gone. Graphics are hyper-realistic now. I want that raw, dark style back, come on! Hell, Mortal Kombat 4 feels way more MK than Mortal Kombat 1 in my opinion. I swear now it's way too professional, clean, and you know what, honestly, it feels that from MK9's only 2 guest characters to MK1's plethora of them, the series has shifted from horror fighter to crossover extravaganza. I mean, I'm sure that some people started playing Mortal Kombat also thanks to guest characters, but man, too much is too much. And I know for sure that I'm not the only one thinking like this. And believe me when I tell you, I'm making this video with a lot of pain in my heart. Seeing a good chunk of my childhood video game series turned into flashy, ultra-polished skins and collaboration extravaganza really makes me sad. It really does. And this is my personal opinion, of course. Obviously, you're free to have your total different take on this topic. I don't want to force what I think to other people. I just want to express my own ideas. And since I'm a very nostalgic person, I just had this huge weight on my chest that I had to get off here on my YouTube channel. And like I said on my Call of Duty video, I still have hope in the future. There is always a possibility for a change, for a darker, more horror-filled Mortal Kombat.